control, that is disconnected from spirit. And I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly, bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Monsters don't sleep under your bed. They sleep inside your head. And if you haven't done the shadow work, and left behind is where you stay. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, tones, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the street. We got protect plus homeschool. Our babies is a must. They not just no moms, but also no posses. Mola, worshiping pedophiles. Wanna feed our children's spirits to robots. Turn all of us from carbon based to silicone based. Should be where the shit show stops. Get back to doing for ourselves. Water system irrigation and grow crops. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time
see what I sent you about that quartz?
shoot it out in the middle.
See what I sent you about that quartz?
I'm saying, I'm not some master.
No, I just sent it to you while I was in John.
Some pastor or preacher was released from prison with this passion to speak of. After doing 25 years in the beast cuffs, realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love.
I think you start the day off with a smile, no matter how you know what I mean? How you feel, whatever, right? Millennial, hey, what's going on, huh? Yeah, smiles are very important, you know? They've been used wrong for a long time now.
We're really approaching almost
101 Dalmatians. She's always smiling, isn't she?
They're framing
Right?
it to us as
Wrong.
innovation,
Right.
right? Where we should all be so excited that this is happening. And I equate it to like the golem bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
Come on. You almost there, bro. Almost there. Survive.
I didn't put no water on my face yet, y'all. So excuse me.
A crown slash helmet, so my aircraft still spit. Cabby tied down, like even sheep building. I look down, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverizes, the cheese is melted. The remnants of cash money, I dispelled it. You did the fusions in my eyes, I beheld it. The finger fucked, it caused my hand, I dealt it. Felt the vibrate from the gut of my pelvic. The bust off of some ice, some velvet shit. So radiant, I keep a dark room well lit. Cause you little
Marines,
well quick. Body full of velvet. Body enough for Mars.
Marine gonna get all
all I did was fight. I did the bit with a knife. I know I can spit my flows to shit. To a fly, though haters wanna crucify a real man. I still stand with the silver hand, but we're healer man. It's not Cypress Hill. I'm Turtle Sheep. I'm one tough cookie. I don't follow. I set standards.
It's very a lot of overshadow, a little light, but on and off rain. So I don't want this to get wet. It's not waterproof.
Chase a high, drink paper or
So I decided to come inside.
While I straight evolve at a rate. I'm data space AC, yo. Buster stuck in the case, face off. After the shape, the state is a fake, a fraud. Battlestar intergalactic, my mindset.
You turn it back on? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I ain't still like I'm climbing the stuff. You got a lot to learn.
I'll close that up once, you know what I'm saying?
My measurement with
It is a little cool with that rain, right?
Straight adversary.
Yep. Let's get the air airflow coming through, but I can close that up a little bit.
You compare of a flat bandit, mohawk, aviators, aerodynamics, and it's like I'm an arrow in precise transit. A Christmas carol lies which your fans get. The world's in perils when I translate as a transcript.
Take
Or I just
one of the big Mylars
the shit or get off the plot. This shit's hot.
feed it through the Mylar. You know what I'm talking about? Go ahead and feed it through. Just put it over there. It ain't gonna blow out and all that. You know what I mean? And that'll help a little bit. But all this right here, airflow goes under, but it's, the house is stopping. Otherwise, it'd really be coming under. You know what I'm saying? Right here, all that is just, you know what I mean?
Young people, old people too, mostly black people, I'm talking to you.
Sure. Y'all really thought that I was done with y'all.
Don't want them key lines, cuz.
I'm really down on y'all. Fellas up. We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big fact, yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac, whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side ops. Looking past the sci-fi. Third eye gang cyclops. I don't eat pork, but I will fry cops. For foes, my heart's cold as an icebox. I'm saying that ops. From the skybox, and got scope on you pilgrims. The scope with some real ones. Some of our folks are still dumb. Deaf and blind to the fact that blood, we gon' have this real son. Warrior spirits and
Trying to keep all my lime seeds. I don't put those away.
The world's a stage, page after page.
Key line.
It's played out. They keep us engaged, placate or rage. This is played out. Rules of a dying society should have been disobeyed out. Forehead and knees off the floor should have been prayed out. The draft is on, COVID's no issue. Coulda loaded in tissue. Now it's control who blows the whistle to who holds the pistol. The debacle's about who owes who the fiscal. Disregarding the original issue. We're not going back and forth about this or that.
Charles Johnson, what's up, beloved? Navi, what's happening, baby? How you doing, honey? What's going on, guys? Come on in. It's gonna be nice. You don't like it? You might like it.
Whether earth is round or flat, we want our shit back. A fool is known by his speech, yet if I don't speak, I suffer defeat. I'm other than we, a sucker or me.
I've been looking at how to grow lime trees and lemon trees. You know I was growing one on the reds, right? They let it die. Vision of this land. I'm not coming on to be mean this morning, though.
Ring in my ear, they've got indictments. These pedophiles, squares, groupies, and hyping.
It's not only alkalize and balance you, it has potassium. Selenium. Really good for you.
Or y'all can protest, but they can't escape this work. I vow to progress.
Hey. Don't yell, nobody.
My soul, they don't possess. Real foolish with no deal. Ain't playing with none of them. It's personal, know what the business is. Big Mom says come full circle, so vacate your premises. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fact. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau or Big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fact. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. I keep you up.
Yeah, brush my teeth anyway.
Shine
Some
your
Eric,
for the conscious
coconut oil.
minds, y'all.
And some cloves. We get floss that, bro. Let me get a little piece. I got the black stuff, you know, the charcoal shit.
I had a vision the past night, yeah, a circulus round,
Charcoal
created
stuff.
successful reality from a virtue now. How? Stand on my square cause they usurp your power.
That's why I got put mine over there, same thing.
These that hurt you, they smile all up in your face, all up in your space. And I ain't talking all bros with dogs with whole trace. So I walk tall kittens while y'all cross.
It's outside if it is, Uncle, yeah.
Focused on walking through them tall gold gates. Draw
Wrong,
that
okay.
shirt around me to keep me from harm. The law fact. bad checks. Purposely repeat me, I'm calm. Water, fire, air, earth, turn me from that peace to a bomb. Blow the joint, just with the range, the plane, the center means I've encompassed my inner demons. 490-degree angles, guarded by angel of shiny elite angels. Thank you, and I, of course, am the chief triangle. If I die before I wake, well, at least I'll fly in plain view. I am my circle, how I govern four corners. Wise as a serpent for certain amongst foreigners. Out of state, out of place, in the space they storing us.
No, I get it. No, I'm good right now. I'm good right now. Of course, yeah.
I recall when bro and I spit flows dope, man.
Give it about 4 more minutes, okay, guys?
Kept slow, stay high. Years later, he's the same degree, just gained density.
Hey, Fred Hinkle, what's going on, beloved?
He's hostage. I prayed I could say I behave by locals. I've raised my
all right. Be careful out there.
Stay fly,
Emerald Jaguar, Grand Elevations. What's going on, beloved?
What the world's been waiting for, the days not. May I think I don't abide by the same ethics. They fan respect, you obtain the credit for keeping the obelisk erect, but with strange methods. But the epic of my name will reign and remain epic. Circumscribe my passions, my squares, my lift. Ask, is it worth the ride? Yeah, it's rash spit, but the beach churchified, so I bear my shit. It hurt, I cried, this kid, and then it tried to eclipse my soul, bounce back from it. Announce it, I'm done with being the sacrificial lamb. The jungle, I run it, thus the lion conquereth over this numbness.
Yo, you okay?
Even in darkness, the sun lit on you, false lights. Don't have to be gold to glitter.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm gonna go ahead and get it started here. It's gonna be a nice little read. I may have read this before. I haven't read every note. As y'all know, I have tons of notes. But I just want to say, Grand Rising to everybody. I appreciate that, fam. Yeah, that was on. I was glad. Appreciate it. Just a little read this morning. You see, I've done the last videos without swearing, cursing, and as I said, I'm not giving no energy, but they're kind of beat for it, to which I don't care. It doesn't matter what they're doing. And so they wanted to give me the little yellow thing, and they want to play that game. After, I was getting thousands of views and bots and everything. And Patrick Gabriel shared something. I shared it. So subscribe to his channel. He's got some 50 subscribers. Let's get him up there, okay? He never asked, and I'm just doing this. This is what we're supposed to do, okay? Now we could use some more subscribers. She's almost at the 500 if she hasn't broke through. There's many more people commenting and following. I don't speak every time I go over there. I just enjoy watching. I can't stay there for 3 or 4 hours, but I go back and I do finish watching everything. Very tantamount points, Cure Meal. It's a lot of people. Drop 33, 432. There are individuals who I will listen to and pay attention because they're on the right track. They're finding stuff that may benefit others. I'm pretty secured in my stance because of some things I know. It doesn't make me better or less. And some of the things I read may enlighten you as to what I'm not propositioning. I'm not proposing. Things I'm bringing forward. For the first time in over about 20-something, 24, 25 years, I had about 2-3 dreams last night. I awoke and I could not remember them. How many of y'all remember the rain back in the 60s, 70s, or 80s? Where it was fresh. It smelled like honeydew melons growing in the grass and watermelon and all that. Fresh, right? How many of y'all have been noticing that the rain smells like, and there's a term that I have to look up, and I was talking to the brothers today. It's death. I forget the language. But it's talking about the rains. This is not normal rain in no way, shape, or form. I believe rain came from new cumulus clouds, right? Or cumulus, or was it cumulus? I think the new cumulus were the higher ones, right? Where you get the storms, like back to where you get the tornadoes and stuff. Cumulus, I think, was where they're connecting, coming northeasterly, whatever, and you get all this. We know mostly rain is from seeding, regardless. But this rain I've been smelling for the last decade has just been horrendous. It's almost like you would think that you're around fires. And the first thing I did when I woke up, when I rose, I had been up already, but when I decided to sit up and meditate towards the fictional South, I have to be mindful. I had to extract some things. That's why I saw these magnet balls. I had to grab them because I know how I could use them. Magnetic, these right here. When I saw them, I was so excited. I want to get about 100 more. Those are magnets. Okay? And they're good for, like, y'all call them rosaries. They're good for not counting, but illuminating. I haven't showed anybody yet. But you have to have the right continence, the right heart, you know what I mean? To allow it to do what it needs to do. So slowly I've been remembering some of my dream. Don't even ask me how. I've just been remembering little tidbits just coming all back. But with this rain, I said, when I arose, I said, let me look at the map, the fire map. I've always kept it because over on the res, when there are fires and, you know, wanted to make sure that everything was pretty safe. So there's no fires around here. Nowhere near. Now back up where I was at, I think there's like 400 or something. 400 and something fires. So the smell, as we know, can travel. Yet there have been days when it rained, there were no fires nowhere, and I've smelt it numerous times. I smelt it out in the water. Some people can't smell it. You know what I mean? But what I'm going to read this morning is not so we can beat ourselves up with that, because if you allow that smell, that opulence of the past, the beauty of it, if you confabulate both of those, that robs you of what you need to do. So I really I wouldn't care if it smelled like 1,000 farts. I wouldn't care right now if it smelled like the sweetest blossoming tree, like one of those cherry blossom trees. It doesn't matter. You see, there's always a point to be made. But I want to read to you something. Because every once in a while here, as our bodies have accelerated to age, listen to me, our bodies have accelerated in aging. I don't care who you are, if it's fitting you or not. Some of you are just going to hit you at a different time than others because you're metabolites. But I want to read this word, ignorance. And you know, we use things in the wrong context. We use them to bash and be hard on one another and at one another. And we really should stop.
Ignorance. Ignorance. Ignorance.
Ignorance, right? Ignorance is a lack of knowledge, understanding, or awareness. It's not a bad word. And bad doesn't mean the worst, all right? In definition, the state of being ignorant. In a definition, the state of being ignorant or the lack of knowledge, education, or awareness. Well, we know that education is a vice that can be used for good and for bad. And the means of how it's used today, whether it's for the betterment or to misguide, to hide, it's bad in both departments. So there's no good in it. And some would say, well, you're educating us. No, I'm not. I'm just giving you a little TED amount about little pieces of here and there, and continue to share history, because lately I've been noticing a lot of people call themselves chief this, that, and other, and the stuff they're talking about is because they come over here and watch, and they choose to be silent, you know, and I don't mind them sharing information. It's what it's for. It's not mine. It belongs to everyone. But they, as y'all will see, when you listen to me, this is where they make the mistake, because, you know, people still hit me up. Yo, check out this video. I'm not telling them, let it be. But speak amongst your peers to inform them that these truths, if they be, are relevant across the whole border. And no individual that's putting it up has found anything new. There's nothing new. As they say, under the sun, under the moon, there's nothing new under or above you. You're not new. So anyway, an example would be public ignorance about the disease is still a cause for concern. Now, obviously, they would add that in there when you look at AI overviews. As the types, there are 3 types of ignorance: factual ignorance, as I stated; objective or object, as many will allude to, whether wrong or right; and technical. And what is technical? Well, it's kind of the technical ignorance I'm attempting to get y'all away from. When people argue, right, You argue on the basis is either whether you're wrong or right, right? One's wrong, one's got to be right. When both of you are wrong as all but Jesus. I don't care how you feel about it. Both of you are wrong. Because if you were right, you wouldn't be arguing. You would be elevating. Ergo, the reason why you see the problems that are problematic today. The word ignorant is an adjective that describes someone who is unaware of important information or facts. That's actually good. By the narrative of what is bad and good. Someone called me ignorant. I take it as a polite requirement. With the antithesis of the anticipation of me getting it together to find out. And that's where your journeys begin, right? IGNORANCA. Ignorance. You can go and figure out what each one of those words allude to and how they apply to become ignorance, which shows you that it's not really bad. Okay? But lack of knowledge or information. He acted in ignorance, or she acted in ignorance of basic procedures. We are nurtured in a bad way. We're reared and then raised to facilitate, believe, lack of knowledge and knowing, that's the true ignorance, that when somebody doesn't know nothing, we're supposed to jump on them, hound them, make jokes, crack upon them. Those are the ones who are the true subjects of ignorance. Be mindful of that. You know how we say bullies? Bullies lack any truth. It doesn't mean they're bad. No, they're doing some bad things, because that's the technical part of it, right? So always remember that. When somebody says you're pretty ignorant, they're pretty ignorant because they don't know how they're using the term. They're attempting to be slightful, mean, all these things that have nothing to do with the relationship that we're all supposed to have. Ergo, the wars. I mean, they just passed this. I actually was going to pull it up, but I'm not going to do that. They passed a rule, unconstitutional as it is. Remember, these bastards are not constitutionalists. They don't care about your country. Kamala is not a unionist. She is completely incorporated in a foreigner. She has disdain and hatred for you. That's venerable for her, to her be thinking she's a custodian. All of them think they're custodians. And some lame consort, that's what they are, custodians. I don't, when I was reading those things, y'all were too busy looking outside of yourselves. I remember I kept saying, look in you, but look within. And who do custodians work for? Slave for. That's why they laugh, because they believe in their ignorance, in their opulent ignorance. They're going to succeed. Well, this AM, I'm going to share a little something. Some of the story. I've been sharing little tidbits from the story. A long story. And just pay attention. Take what you can. Throw away what doesn't fit you. Utilize it in your everyday affairs and how you look at things and see things. Okay? I want to start off reading to you. And this is a tablet. I guess you could say the Emerald Tablet. Tablet 8. Speak I of ancient Atlantis. Speak of the days of the kingdom of shadows. You want to know how you fell? How you became ignorant? Speak of the coming of the children of shadows. You're dealing with them now, and you're now in the shadows. Out of the great deep where they called by the wisdom of earth men. Called for the purpose of gaining great power. We made that mistake. And we sealed them back up. Far in the past, before Atlantis existed, men there were who delved into darkness using dark magic, calling up beings from the great deep below us, Forth came they into the cycle. Formless were they of another vibration, existing unseen by the children of earthmen. Only through blood could they have formed being. Only through man could they live in the world. In ages past were they conquered by masters, driven below to the place whence they came. Our ancestors, not no fake white folks and all this Chinese and all these other new age made up individuals. Not to distract or deter. The reality is all of Earth is melanated. And when I say all of Earth, I'm not talking about no one particular place. If it bothers you, get over it. Your ignorance will subside, or you'll be there. It doesn't matter. But some there were who remained, hidden in spaces and plains unknown to man. Lived they in the land as shadows, but at times they appeared among men. When the blood was offered, for they came, they to dwell among men. When the blood was offered, and it has to be most purest of blood. In the form of man, they amongst us, but only to sight, where they as are men. Serpent-headed when the glamour was lifted. The glamour. Yeah, you're all in the glamour. In some form. But appearing to man as men among men, crept they into the councils, taking forms that were like unto men, slaying by their arts, the chiefs of the kingdoms taking their forms, and ruling over men, or o'er men. Only by magic could they be discovered. Only by sound could their faces be seen. Only by sound, ergo, all the bells that toll being removed and destroyed. Sought they from the kingdom of shadows to destroy man and rule in his place. Like I said, I know some who are not enemies. But know ye the masters were mighty in magic, able to lift the veil. But know ye the masters were mighty in magic, able to lift the veil from the face of the serpent. Remember, it's not really called magic. Magique. It's not what it's called. But that's what we'll use, just like black and white and everything else of this edifice, this lie. Able to send him back to his place, came they to man and taught him the secret, the word that only a man can pronounce. Swift then they lifted the veil from the serpent, yes, by a correct pronunciation, and cast him forth a frequency, and cast him forth from this place among men. Yet be aware the serpent still liveth in a place that is open at times to the world. Unseen they walk among thee, in places where the rites have been said. Again, as time passes onward, shall they take the semblance of man, or men again. Don't create more out of what I'm saying. You're not in no position, nowhere prepared to be able to deal with them in no fashion. Because they may show you're very weak. I don't care about what guns and rifles you have. They just reached out, and there's still many in the military who are significant, and they know how to keep quiet. But they just passed a ruling. I know they say law and all that. None of this stuff is law. A ruling where they can use force if they, like what's going on with FEMA and stuff like that. Well, first of all, have any of y'all looked at how many foreigners have joined the military? Y'all always worried about migrants and this, that, and the other. I would say not all of them are your enemy. You created by casting a spell that puts the weaker ones in a lower place. And I'm talking specifically to the melanated people. You who are called Negro. Nobody else. If you're here watching, stand by and watch and listen. Y'all have become so trifling. I really don't want to lay with no woman right now. Not until they can show me that they are the women that they are supposed to be. It's misuse and mismanagement of a little bit of power that I was able to pick up from all the magnificent women. Because men can pick up that power as well. Ergo Dune. water of life, the spice. But it's not meant for us, and it is painful. It's very strong shit. I'm not supposed to have it. So I know what I'm talking about, but I'm spewing. Frequency of vibration is coming out these over my labios, lips, that's what they call them. They made these so-called portals, as we made before destroying them, that they were able to escape from, to keep bringing them back in and to give them hosts. You think do you think some of these actors are alive? Some of these musicians, do you think they're alive? Do you think that's who you see? Could you imagine playing with your food before you devoured them? That would be the most beautiful thing, to play with you before I devoured you, to entertain you, to keep you running around in a lucid dream, to make you think that I'm nothing. Dad, watch y'all like ants in a jar. I keep shaking. If there's one group of ants, they'll just lock in to make a bridge and become a tighter unit, causing pain and strife. Their numbers mean something. If I took two, gold and a black, or red and a black, or red and a gold and black, how about all three, and shook that thing, that'd be like Megiddo, what they told you. If you think these things haven't happened already, then you're truly entertained. Do you think entertained means that you laugh, enjoy, or cry in sorrow, that you get the message? Vaudeville, how many of y'all looked into this term and what it really means? I had somebody send me a message. Oh, you some fella shit. You and your buddy from Chicago, the half white, black. You know, this is not even ignorant. This is plain stupidity, beyond the levels of compensation to say, okay, well, you might get it together. No, this person already sought the trail of death. You ain't see nobody with their eyes closed sideways. And okay, whatever you say. Matters not to me. He wasn't there. This person's already afflicted. Or maybe they just want to see if I really did. Remember, I made a statement that I read to y'all because it's for you to figure it out. Now, I'm watching individuals read, and though it's good reading, you have to look deeper into what's been written. Could it, as I stated yesterday, could it be mismanaging the information to keep you further away? But they don't know how to do that. They know how to keep you away, but they don't know how to create new. They know how to share and give what they already know. Unlike you create. And if you knew how important it is for you to create, you would stop creating despairing energy that goes against you for the enemy in your ignorance. That means you don't know because you were not, in rationale, nurtured. There's a reason why my uncles and aunts get upset and I say they're broken. They failed us. Because it's a fact. Just as you failed your children. And if they're grown, you failed them. I don't care that you were there in their lives and they accomplished all the little world lies. It's easy to see it, right? What they accomplish. Oh, Kepify, Deltafy, and they got the candy canes, he's doing his thing, and all this other stuff, right? Did you succeed? Well, his daddy was that way, or just another dummy. Ignorant. Okay. So where's your argument? Because a lot of you have reared children. And you don't want to be told anything else because of your brokenness. Do you think that has not been affliction placed upon them? That goes for all of us. They work in dark magic. You have no idea how freaking dark it is. And by the time you do, it'll be too late because you chose to be ignorant. I'm going to read a little more of The Power of Now and let y'all get your juices hopefully flowing and the science of the sacred secretion. Because a lot of these things aren't just made up stories. There are, how you say, beings, there are sentient ones among you who are very careful how they choose. And the reason why a lot of you haven't been chosen because you lack your own authority. You move like a haint. Do you know what a haint is? Something that looks like it's alive. It's supposed to be dead. Moving on a plane that it was ostracized from. There are many, many earths. Well, there's only one earth, but many, many lands. And they all know what you're capable of. But if you keep listening to people like Spirit Alan Wolf and Francis Turtle Gang and all these other injits running around, venerating hate, siding with politics in one part, state, this, that, and all these nomenclatures that have nothing to do, which is relevant. I'm not saying it's a hatred towards those brothers. If you're still listening to these people and you come over here thinking you got it together because you're skewed as well, this is not the place for you. They can shadow ban. That doesn't even mean what y'all think. They can do whatever they want. They're already afflicted. They're messing with the wrong one. They can blow me up 1,000 times. Let's hope that. I'm just, anyway, hoping they're that damn stupid, which they are. Anyway, I'm going to read a little power now. I'm not here against anybody. I don't, like I said, I kind of appreciate this stuff because it gives reasons. And they're watching. They're standing idly by watching. Because they know what you're capable of. Do they know what you're going to do? It's your choice. Why do you think I'm always saying you have a choice? Y'all like being in pressure, but you don't even know how to break out the pressure to make anything work right. Y'all like something under a vice, just being an anvil, being spacked, bang, bang, bang. Like how many times you got to be bang, bang, huh? How many times do they got to hit you? Bang, bang, bang. They think this is a game. We're not the same, y'all. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Well, I hurt, man. Everything that happens is happening to everybody. Doesn't matter. Toxins and poisons are toxins and poisons. It's how you look at it. An idiot on a battlefield, that's a terrible statement, but take his own life because he's worried about the treatment he may receive, make that make sense. A coward knows no end. And if they're nurtured that way and given a weapon, they will perform the duties of a coward. Biggest yellow beige streak up their back and down it. No purification of blood. That's what they call it. Y'all call it blood. That's not what it's called. It is literally the water of life. The power of now is regard to spiritual enlightenment. You gotta excuse me because I just don't like these words. They're your words. Soul, spirit, source. Simple, source. Portals into the unmanifested. Going deeply into the body. I can feel the energy inside my body, especially in my arms. You know I'm gonna share if they put a little gold ingot to show you that they lack authority and yet they move in cowardice. No, I'll show you. I've already put 2 up. Especially in my arms and legs. I can feel the energy inside my body, especially in my arms and legs. But I don't seem to be able to go more deeply, as you suggested earlier. What's the hindrance? Well, it's going to say something, but what's the hindrance? If you can feel the power in your arms and legs, but you don't think you can go any deeper, it's you. You've stopped at arms and legs in this visage called power. Something out of nothing. Make it into a meditation. It needn't take long, 10 to 15 minutes of clock time. There's a different time, y'all. Should be sufficient. Remember, we invented the clock. There's a reason. Of clock time should be sufficient. Make sure first that there are no external distractions, such as telephones or people who are likely to interrupt you. How many times have y'all thought about turning on the telephone at night or your tablet? Or, and you say, okay, well, I'll put it in airplane mode. It'll be better for me. Because you're worried about having to call 911. Something out of nothing. Fear. You're well inundated. It's like the blocking of, I feel the power in my arm and my leg. How do I go deeper? How do you ask something that's transposed right in front of you? Sit on a chair, but don't lean back. Keep the spine erect. Doing so will help you to stay alert. Alternatively, choose your own favorite position for meditation. Usually if I sit down and nobody's paying attention and I can tune them out, which takes me a couple of minutes, I can go into the place I need to go. I could stay there for hours if that wasn't for tingling sensations in my feet that I have yet to overcome. I've meditated for 5 to 6 hours, so I should know what I'm speaking on. Make sure the body is relaxed, most relaxed. Getting butt naked in a room is one of the best ways, but if you got short t-shirt, it's fine. Barefoot you should be, until you gain how to do this. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. You're oxygenating your brain and your core and your blood, and a few other things. Feel yourself breathing into the lower abdomen. That means your diaphragm. You don't want to shoulder lift because you're not doing nothing. As it were. That means naturally. Observe how it expands and contracts slightly with each in and out breath. You want to expel all the so-called carbon. Okay? Then become aware of the entire inner energy field of the body. That means every crevice of your existence. That means the pains, the tightness, the blood flow is coursing through. The blood flow is carrying nothing but energy. They say, oh, white blood cells, red blood cells, blah, blah. This shit is green. Dark green while it's flowing through you. Like the earth and the grass blowing in the wind. That should let you know something. When the moment comes to the surface, well, I see some red. Oh, shut up. Those are capillaries. You look at your arm, you see blue and green, don't you? So whenever I hear somebody talking about, we all bleed red. I guess bleeding means an act coming outside of the body, right? Okay. No kidding. It's like iron. It hits the air and it starts to rust. How many of you work in the medical field and you see the plasma bags and they're dark, aren't they? In the body, they're green. But that's just plasma by the definition of the term they use. Stripped of some things. Oh, why, Red? Why? Then become aware of the entire inner energy field of the body. Don't allow the term energy to mean, well, you can. But then y'all start looking at videos you're seeing with people getting shocked and falling to the ground and monkeys and everything else and birds, right? Energy is what you are. So don't be so complacent. It's just misdirected and misguided energy that you're feeding everywhere all over the place. All right? So don't think bzzz, like zap and lightning bolts like Flash. Just don't do that. Don't think about it. Feel it. You're feeling it right now. Sometimes when you really start feeling it feel like you can't breathe. Like you forgot how to breathe. Your heart, you feel it here in your neck. You know what I mean? It's like boom, boom. Like, where's the other one at? Because you haven't been working on this to control your narrative. To take back what belongs rightfully to you. Be amazed at what you can do with it. By doing this, you reclaim consciousness from the mind. What is consciousness? Information, right? The Rolodex. You start tapping into things. And it's conflicting. Some people stand there because they've taken in too much and they don't react. Then you get some dumb monkey in a costume to come along. Put it down, put down the knife. And they're just trying to protect themselves because they can't form a word. They don't know what to do. And as far as they know, based on the history, there's an enemy in front of you. But the system will say, the cop was doing their job. And you have the dumb, satanic, child-sacrificing individual at the top going, they follow procedure. Excuse me. Procedures aren't law. Nor are they permitted or allowed. By doing this, you reclaim consciousness from the mind. If you find it helpful, use the light visualization I described earlier. I was alluding to that. I was showing the brothers here how to meditate, how to breathe, and how to see not the sky, which you think is light, but to see the light in the sky, which looks like white dots and black dots. Mostly white dots, right? They're there. And when you learn how to focus it, you see beyond. You can actually, when I'm looking here, I see honeycombs and I see these little white dots. But I know I'm looking at this thing and you think you see me. I see this thing around me, this aurora, whatever they call it. That's not what it is. And I see it and it's like a big bright light. It's like out to here on me. Like I'm very subtle. I'm very subtle right now. I'm not enraged or anything like I usually am 98% of the time. And I see it. It's like a little shadow. You want to hold my hand up, I see it around my arm, my hand. I look down at my legs from my peripheral. I see the little energy around me. Well protected, mind you. When you can feel the inner body clearly as a single field of energy, let go. Give into it. Allow what you think is pain. Your heart's going to stop. You can't breathe. Fall into it. 2 nights ago when I said I'm not going to drink beer because I knew it played a part in the poisoning and toxification of the VA's medicines. And I was having what seemed like to be an anxiety attack. And you know what I did? I took the half a pill, an extra half of the pill, just to make sure. And when I realized that wasn't the pills fixing nothing, I let myself fall into it. And I went to sleep. I slumbered. And I woke up and had bruises, and it was the most realest fight I had. And I beat this thing to... It was about 10 feet bigger than me, about 5 times faster. And man. That's for me. Again, when you can feel the inner body clearly as a single field of energy, let go. If possible. It might be a little fearful, a little scary. Of any visual image and focus exclusively on the feeling. Endow yourself with it and feel it. Accept it. If you can. Also, drop any mental image you may still have of the physical body. Let go. You're not denouncing whether you're man or female, okay? Well, now I don't know what the words used for them other ones out here, because they, I don't know, it too, the tulip, through the tulip, tiptoe, whatever, the yellow basket, tisket, a task. I don't know what they call themselves now. Furry? Yeah, well, the furries, that was one of the first ones. Whatever it is, I can't say more power to them. You already give them that. But whatever. I didn't cause that confusion against your children. You did. If you can, also drop any mental image you may still have of the physical body. Let go. One time I was meditating, room T was staying in, right? And my right foot and left foot tingled and went numb. And I realized that I was slouching. When my eyes were closed, I was like 30 minutes into my meditation. I straightened my back. It was the most uncomfortable thing. Then I said, no, it's not. It's supposed to be this way. Slouching was uncomfortable. I had normalized slouching. I have scoliosis. Y'all know this, right? Went through the military with it. Diagnosed with it as a kid, a child, a youngling. Why am I saying those damn words? See, I've been here too long. Anyway, right? And the moment I did that, and I took 3 deep breaths, I oxygenated the core because I was what you call lazy panting in the meditation. It sounds like this when you're about 30, 40 minutes in. Like taking an extra breath out through my nose and my mouth, so it was like lazy panting. Well, I was pushing out the carbon dioxide, whatever. But I wasn't bringing in enough oxygen because I was so mellow. Yet, I have injuries. So, I don't have to focus on them, but there are things that if I, it caused through the Kundalini line, right? It causes this. You know how you have an electrical line blueprint? You have this little squiggly, or you have those 2 little things when it's off, right? Off and on, right? That's what it's doing. It's causing this disruption. You must be in the proper position. You must learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable, so therefore you be comfortable. Because what's uncomfortable may be the right way to be. And you become so comfortable in your ignorance. Oh, you didn't see that coming. Let's carry on. Easy to show you in person. All that is left then is an all-encompassing sense of presence or beingness. And it didn't say man, a woman, a human. It said beingness, not an ism or ish. And the inner body is felt to be without a boundary. Ooh, you know what you can do? Then take your attention even more deeply into that feeling. Become one with it. Merge with the energy field. We'll use the term energy field, but this who you are. Become one with your existence. Allow yourself to be fluid. We're not talking about peppy, escape from whatever, and they're doing yoga and they end up with the Hindu having, no, not that crazy, nasty stuff. That's just the perversion to inoculate you with deeper, but keeping you further from the truth of your understanding. All right? Merge with the energy field so that there is no longer a perceived duality of the observer and the observed, of you and your body. You become one. The distinction between inner and outer also dissolves. Now, so there is no inner body anymore, or outer. By going deeply into the body, you have transcended the body. How many of you read about those so-called monks who mummify themselves while they're alive? Have you ever seen how, read about it? I actually did a video on it a couple of years ago, I think. They literally mummify themselves while they are still seeing, slightly breathing, and they're mental. Their Rolodex, you can't see it, but it's on full fleek. And their body is calcifying and mummification, right? Crystallizing. I can't say nothing else after that. Stay in this realm of pure being for as long as it feels comfortable, because your body will get lazy. You have to train yourself up. Then become, this should be happening from 1 year old, 2, 3, 4, 5, it should be happening. All this meditation, standing on your head, stretching the limbs out, going for long walks, like 20-mile walks. It should be happening when they're young. Then become aware again of the physical body to step back in you. You actually never left. You just was able to move into another realm of your existence. Your breathing and physical senses, and open your eyes. Look at your surroundings for a few minutes in a meditative way. That is, without labeling them mentally. Don't do that. Just exist in it. Don't look for an answer. Don't go wondering about an argument you're going to have with the knucklehead around you, or the knuckleheads before you, or the knucklehead you are. Don't go be contemptuous about your cheering and everything else, and don't think about your job. It takes exercise and practice. And continue to feel the inner body as you do so. Having access to that formless realm is truly liberating. Is it that it is formed and you are formless? I would say yay. It frees you from bondage to form and identification with form. It is life in its undifferentiated state prior to its fragmentation into multiplicity. You can be in more places than one. We may call it the unmanifested, the invisible source of all things, the being within all beings. Like, if you truly master it, you'll stop to exist here. Are you paying attention? It is a realm of deep stillness and peace, but also joy and intense aliveness, not fake-ass pleasure. Aliveness. Whenever you are present, you become transparent. Do you hear that? Whenever you are present, you become transparent. The king got on new clothes. To some extent, to the light, the pure consciousness that emanates from this source. You also realize that the light is not separate from who you are, but constitutes your very essence. You are the light. We'll talk about source of chi next time. So y'all think I've been making this stuff up? You know why I got the book? Because of things that I was aware of. And somebody says, you need to look at this book, Reg. You're talking a lot of stuff out that book. And so I purchased the book, and it further informed me of some of the things that I was being derelict about. Because in this existence, boy, I tell you, It's easy to fall, but it's so much easier to stand back up. They all want a champion. They don't even know how to pay homage. Let me see who else came in here. Charles Johnson, Patricia Griffin, Red Hunter, Roy Davenport, Indigo Turtle, Pandu, Sky. It's starting to rain here in San Francisco, but I didn't smell the rain coming. I have the flat ones, okay. Awesome. All right, baby, that's awesome. Anyway, I appreciate all you stepping in. Remember, be mindful of this. When you consummate the relationship with the liars, then you start talking crayon colors and fiction. You start making facts out of lies. Well, obviously, from what we discussed yesterday, a lie is a fact, isn't it? But is it illusion? It's a deep illusion. Make it make sense. You can't. You can enumerate it. You can speak on the specificalities based on the social dichotomy and the racist inventory of the further worse than ignorance. You cannot. No one can. Just further delve deeper into the murk and mire. Do you know what murk and mire means? What we were just reading. That place that is full of everything that is nothing. When I say nothing, I'm not talking about the somethings from that nothing. I'm talking about it as absolutely nothing that you need. You see how that works? Twofold. Let's go ahead and get into the signs of the sacred secretion. The chemical, physiological, and astronomical explanation of internal alchemy. Where's it at? You ready? We already covered the god once the sacred secretion has returned, as far as that, and being anointed because of the purification of the blood, right? Furthermore, as we become more aware of our reality and sensitive to the energies within our environment, conscious guardian angels, spirits entangled, okay, mind you, to us that are vibrating on a higher plane, will be able to interact with us easier, and we may even become more clairvoyant and psychic. Get rid of the terms clairvoyant and psychic. You start to be as you were. Our vibrant energy will also influence electromagnetic frequencies within our physical world. That means you start to vibrate at 432, 327, 572, blah, blah, and remove the grossness of the 808 and the 440, and there's a couple others. I am not at league to say, or liege, my liege, to say. Within our physical world. Due to this, we are more susceptible to messages, often in the form of synchronicities. Remember the movie Synchronicity? That was to make you dumb, but to show you, entertain you, to say you will never reach it. Yeah, I just threw a wrench at them. Such as repeated number patterns and visits from wild creatures. The numbers I always received as a youngling was 369, 666, 333, 999, 999. Even to this day. Often in the form of synchronicity, such as repeated number patterns and visits from wild creatures. You're paying attention, right, brother? You will see synchronicities and understand them to be a sign that you are on the right path. Am I correct, Ganja? He's inside. He was outside. And he will tell you yesterday about the birds around our feet. Resonating with Gaia, And you've heard enough ignorant individuals speak against Gaia, just as they do the truth of the iron magnetic rock that points to the fictional north, which is center, south. Take your compass, change the S into an N and the N to an S, and what do you get? Don't let them fool you. And Gaia is real. Mother Earth, the blood, the order, the 372, the 432, the 322, the 328, the 412. How about we jump up into a place you know nothing about healing? 100,000, 300,000, 250,000 hertz. Because of this increase in intuition, trust the messages that you receive in your initial thoughts and instinct, as Yeshua said to his followers. When they arrest you, do not worry about what to say or how to say it, for it will not be you speaking, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. Is that allocating you to the original Father of creation and Mother? Dynamically? Dynastically? You're supposed to know these things. You will feel more connected to the cosmos through an increased sensitivity to energies and higher planes of existence. The universe will literally be able to communicate with you, and your awareness of reality will be at a level high enough to interpret it. If you keep thinking that these people run around talking about some I gotta do it. I didn't want to do it, but I gotta do it.
Watch this false teacher manifest demonic tongues, and then watch Pastor John MacArthur expose him.
If you've
I'm not gonna use that one. I want you to hear the real deal.
Yeah.
Amen.
Oh, yeah. All right, come on, Dan.
This person says, speaking in tongues. Further reading of Acts 2, chapter 2, verse 1 to 11, it says, where during Pentecost they were filled with the Holy Ghost and spake in tongues.
Yes.
These verses also say that there were many nations where they heard the native tongue being spoken. I attend a church where the belief is, if you do not speak in tongues, then you are not filled with the Holy Ghost.
Okay.
Members babble and there is no one to interpret.
All right.
I believe this is wrong.
All right.
Especially when praying aloud in church. Am I wrong in my beliefs? This person asked. Amen.
Yes, you are wrong in your belief.
You're wrong.
Although they had Pentecost and they received the Holy Ghost speaking in tongue, the wonderful work of God was this, to allow people who never spoke in the tongue of those that was there, to let every man hear them speak in the tongue wherein we were born.
That's right.
That was the wonderful work of God, because they couldn't speak in that language.
That's right.
It wasn't their native language.
That's right.
So they come along and thought they...
and give you a chance to raise your income. Praise God. You missed a place to shout right there that you need to get used to this now. Amen. Glory to God. Of course, all of our offerings will go toward the outreaches of Kenneth Copeland Ministries and especially Kenneth Copeland Ministries.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's letting you know, brother. Fair use. Fair use. All right?
Tevrema po brothers dish to cinema tetke. En und et genyandos doxisik pukukla namen bremenesto. Stelo gla hamalana lelo lendilek enkren.
If any of y'all believe, oh, that's what it means, lack of knowing. If you think in your Rolodex that this individual is speaking in some religious tongue, actually, he's speaking and casting some weird spell. Himalana leloleg dilin inkren inchtek like a skuladak. Inge on u ahyat ganya dog she kapu Google et min vre men edge dog shitlo slaw. You stay away from these individuals. You stay away.
Namen bremenesto. Still.
Okay? Because they are liars. That is not speaking, nor is it tongues. Speaking in tongues is spell casting. Like speaking for the worm or the serpent. A voice, because of your weakness, can contort, and control you. Okay? That's most of what I wanted to share, because the other part of the sake of secretion, I want to read to you tomorrow. Tomorrow. That word is so funny. Anyway. And it goes right along with the next passages I have to read to you. I might read one of these biblical passages tomorrow with it. That may bring, you know, the Bible is not what they've told. There's stories from all over and mismanaged and changed to keep you affluent in the world, because our people didn't believe in no Bibles and all this stuff. And for anyone to say that we agreed upon it, no, we knew old ancient stories. And the so-called church has betrayed the Negro, so-called Negro, we're going to use that term, okay, in the most heinous way. But you don't have to lash out. You don't have to vilify. That's not power. You don't have to argue with the constructs around you who hold to it. You don't have to be entrapped in their intrepidation. You don't have to move in it as if it's something because they told you should move in. Okay? So, y'all know the Cashapp, dog. Nothing matters. Good and clean, man. That was kind of quick. I didn't even know it was going to be like that, man. God, dog. Yeah. But anyway, I appreciate y'all taking the time and listening to an old fogey like me. Like I said, I'm not here to stop nothing. And I don't care for all the views. So they do opposite, or I speak opposite. You get what I'm saying? I'm casting spells all the time. And I told you they're not smart. Anywho, you have a lot to learn in a short time. You have choices. We can laugh, we can play, we can all that. Be in pain, blah, blah. It's all meaningless. It has a meaning. You dig what I'm saying? In the thick of it all. Some of you enjoy your pain because you don't know, you really don't know what you're doing to yourself. It's not yours. All that pain you have is not your pain. Sometimes you come across people who can help you or assist you to change it, manifest it, lift it, move it, right? But because you don't know how to make the proper choices, and I'm not telling you to choose over here, I'm saying, I'm only speaking, that you don't know how to make the proper choices. You would do exactly what they've asked you to do, to self-implode, to self-immolate, to self-destruct. If you don't think so, go around those who think otherwise, who don't want to give an ear, and pay attention and see for yourself. Oh, this is again, sarsaparilla tea, pretty strong. About a tablespoon of gray salt and about 2 tablespoons of honey. Boy, that almost tastes like ginger beer. I need to put some ginger slices in this bad boy. Anyway, I hope that was informative, beloveds. I'll show you the gold inglet because, you know, they're not too bright. You know what I'm saying? Even the machine isn't, of course, not bright at all. I'm not lashing out at it, but they're emotional, so they'll see it that way. Truth is truth, no matter how it's vectored, right? I appreciate you guys. Hey, Ancient Soul, how you doing, beloved? Nobody has nothing to say? Oh, yeah, hold on, who else came up in here? Did I see somebody? You know how it is. Some people get on themselves, get beside themselves. I wanted to shout you guys out. I think, what is it, Dev? Hold on, don't leave yet. All right, out of respect, if you don't mind. At least respect for myself. I want to say, oh, Dre B, appreciate you, beloved. Actually, this is $2. Man, let me tell you, $2. Millennial sent $2 for the longest time with her sweet self. She didn't have to steal nothing. And then she really tightened this up. And I'm not going to say that because there's no stroking egos. Lamone Jr., Indigo Turtle, man, beloved. I didn't shut you out, did I? My apologies. Appreciate the donation, the dope high. The Lee family. Thanks for walking me and my family up. Thanks for waking me and my family up. I appreciate you, beloved. And Baby Girl Slaughter. Book fun or nails for the Homestead family. Baby Girl Slaughter. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that and get books. We're going to get plenty of nails. I got nail guns. How many nails come in that box? Well, they want a size. I think it's like what, 10,000 or something? I think so. One box. I'm sorry, Red T. He's over there getting his ground and meditation on. My apologies, beloved. But so I had 2 boxes, man. We could build. Listen here. I'd be grateful when y'all come, even if you don't stay. Just to come and give a hand. Bring your work gloves. Bring your tool belt. Bring a tent. Meet his family. I'm gonna start making my world famous soups. It's about that time anyway. How my soups, Ganja?
Say again?
How's my chefing, my cooking, bro?
Oh, magnifique.
And there's plenty of people who know. All right, but awesome to have the children around to teach them things, safety. Let them know what kind of animals or beasts, I don't like calling them beasts, sentient things are around, how to mold in. The things always, in this time and era, what frequencies are messing everything up. There's always damage and stuff. But Santa Smith, I appreciate you, Baby Girl Slaughter. Snoo, you know she gives, right now she's got things she's got to take care of. And Lamone's Indigo Turtle, man, beloved, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate all of y'all, because Indigo Turtle's always donated. And he's always came out the pocket. Marcus, Pierre Branson, all of you, Bernard Teller, Devin Mathis, D. Thank you for your dedication to the show. I'm gonna read what they say. I appreciate it, but I like to share it. To keep them texts coming, and I will. I actually got mail. I talked to teacher this AM, so she sent the old man over to the PO box. I gave it to her, and she said I had mail. Hopefully, it's my disability tags, his license, and everything. Is Arizona State, and a couple of books. And I told her, if you need some money, because I have some, I got a little, I got, I can always send. Even though I'm kind of broke right now because they stole $700 for the 4th time out of my other account. Last time it took 2 months to put it back. So hopefully this time, it's only been like a week and a half. Hopefully they put it back here within this week or whatever, or maybe my next pension. Oh, I just, they say I'm like a Jew, but that's the money that I'm using, like 2,000 equipment and all that stuff that I spent last month to build and stuff like that. But it happens. It's happening to a lot of people. Cashapp's robbing people who have over $1,000, $2,000. That's why I usually don't like to leave it in here. But in here we have all that to order books, and trust me, it's in there. You can screenshot it real quick if you could, but it's. And I won't use that, but other for what it's supposed to be used for. So yeah, I had 640 and they took 700. So it gave me and I called them. It was like, you better not charge me no $45 damn, you sons of, but you're a credit union anyway. And so I sent the note out, 3 notes, and so I wasn't gonna tell you guys, but I said, well, I don't want no secrets. So that's where it's at, And other than that, we're just gonna keep digging, dealing with the weather, eating, exercising, doing the things we do, prepping the land. We got to go and cut some wires and remove those wires. We need to go down to the horse corral and look what's down there to see what needs to be strengthened and stuff. Because I really would enjoy having a few horses myself. Just ride around with brothers and sisters. Not as noisy as vehicles. But I said, I appreciate your donations. And if you donate for nails, some of the electric tools are $35, $40. I know I got to pick up it's 147. They have one for $299, but I'm getting one for 147 because we have the electric one, and we got to get the blade for it. But the edgers and stuff like that, the weeder and everything. So I'm gonna pick one of those up. We have to get some more. Hole diggers, a couple of the spikes that the tall ones that you know what I'm saying. We gotta get 2 levels for the ground. We need to use it over there, but we're gonna just use my long levels that I've got. And everything we're attempting to do is by hand. We need to get some wood, and that's why I was pissed off about the 700 because I marginalized my money through bills and everything, not check to check. I want to make some forms using the 1x2s and make bricks. And we have some other things that's great information, but we're gonna do this other thing, and if we get what we think we're gonna get, we'll inform you as we further deal with this part of the journey as well. It's out here, but it can be something pretty magnificent. All right. Other than the light of who you are. This is in the physical realm, what we're going to be doing and what we're collecting and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Mac, what's going on, beloved? What's cracking? What's cracking? What's up, beloved? It's good to have y'all here. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Been on here for 1 hour and 23 minutes. I really should cut this back to 45 minutes, but who's determined this clock time? And the fact that the cowards are going to cower. They're going to cower. In their head, in their whatever they want to call it, they're saying, I want to see who the coward is. That's how goofy they are. That's why I told you, you're more powerful. Because they're out there watching you, and they're waiting to see. Will they intervene? You have choices. And y'all need to learn how to start making choices and stop being so damn lazy and slothful. I'm telling y'all that, all of you. Because I wouldn't say it if you weren't. not saying to be mean. That's not what it's about. Don't you all believe in honesty? I mean, it's lack of knowing or knowledge. But you assert that honesty is the best policy. Do y'all put a 1 in there if that's the case? Do y'all know that honesty? Did you get my message of gratitude from? Hey, Ganja. Ganja, I know you're reading it. You've been having a little toothache we've been working with, okay? So let's not get on, brother. Millennial asked if I got my message of gratitude from you.
Oh, I forgot to relay it to you after the try. I got the email right here.
Read it.
Huh?
Read it.
Okay, hold on, let me grab my phone.
I know. How's your mouth feeling?
I was laying down, going to that place.
Okay, read that and go back to that place, brother. No, just wait. It's all right.
All right, let me hold my email.
Want me to read it?
There you go.
Yes, come on, man. Yeah. Let me unzip this. I'm in my tent. Yeah, you got it? Yeah. I'll just read it to her right quick. I was going to let you read it, but I'll read it. That way, you know what I'm saying? Come on. You know how to come in, nigga? I know you got to get that thing right, bro. Hey, fam, I just wanted to tell you that I got my kids back. 50-50? Hey, fam, I just wanted to tell you. Huge milestone for me. I have not even thought about it. And I can't wait to meet all you guys and show you how much you've helped me rise above. And I can't wait to meet all you guys and show you how much you've helped me rise above. Gratitude. That's not just for me. That's for everybody. Everybody, right, brother? I'm gonna have to let T know. That's awesome. And yeah, here you don't have to worry about that crap.
You coming in, T? Coming in?
No, he's not. Yo, man. Yeah, that's your day. That's beautiful. That's absolutely phenomenal. But stay black. It's good to have that. You know what I mean? They're not kids. Kids, they're not goats. You got your little young sentient ones. You actually got your brothers and sisters, or whatever you want to call them, that you help bring into this world. Now you're further bettering instead of impoverishing, as the system has been designed to do, which Hitler fought against, and so many others. Okay? That's magnificent. No, I appreciate you. Magnificent. But no, full praises can be empty praises. So I'm not praising you. I'm just showing gratuity that you're taking it upon yourself and aspiring to be who you're supposed to be. Not what they require you to be, but the implements of their destructive tools, and not to be a vestige for further detriment of those around you. And with that is magnificent. I honor you. Honesty. I only saw 1-1 pop up with 8. Now a bunch of people running because they don't know what to make hairs up when I say I'm about to shut it down. Anyway, let me get off of here. I appreciate y'all. Share this stuff, and it's magnificent. You already know the Cashapp, $ Indian Gem, uppercase I and J, 1. Oh, excuse me, 1. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Never forget that. All right? See you guys later. Jesus Christmas.